What's up, guys? Welcome to Wasted Space. We're back in Rimworld. We've got plenty more to do with the colony, and I've got a few bits of business to sort out first from your tips from the comments before. So allow buried corpses here we're going to turn on, and what that's going to do is mean that they take the people out of these graves just to cover it. A few people mentioning that this dumping stockpile is full. Doesn't look like it yet. It's getting there. It's getting close, but not quite there yet. So let's just expand this a little bit. Obviously, it's way out from the base, so it's no problem expanding that. We also want to start clearing up some of the rubble and so on around here. I also want to add a few more stockpiles around the outsides of these areas. In fact, let's not do that one. That one's going to be considered a different stockpile. So let's get these. These are going to be used to store wood primarily. So raw resources. So this is things like stone blocks, wood. In fact, yeah, let's just use this for like raw materials can go around, maybe not hops, but raw materials can be in these, and then we can copy the settings from that and build ourselves a few more. So along that corner, and then paste settings, yep, and we'll do the same down here just to free up a little bit more space because we are full in our stockpiles at the moment. Although I'm leaving the gaps so that they can still walk through here without any sort of movement penalties from walking over the top of all these things. A little bit more efficient that way, I think. Cool. The other thing I've done is I've already renamed Cruelty. I noticed I spelled him wrong. We did also lose someone down here. Minoka beat, I can't even remember who it was, but beat somebody up. And they are now gone. Let's get some hauling on the go. Because there's all this trash around the outside that, as people have rightly pointed out, the enemy are using for cover at the moment. So let's try and clear things up a bit. We've also got all this scrap we want to start working with, which is cool. I mean, it means we've got loads of resources just kicking around ready, waiting for us. The other thing we need to do is just check that we got the turrets rebuilding from before, because I think these ones down here, oh, that's there. Yep, they are all placed, so they're just not built yet. That's fine. The first grave has been dealt with. You see, they're emptying the graves, and then I can get these and deconstruct the empty graves because we're not going to need them anymore. Clear things up a little bit. Those should be fine. I think this stockpile down here can be for other things, sort of surplus stuff. So let's go in here and turn off raw resources for this stockpile so they move stuff into these corner ones. Probably speed things up a little bit. Did we tell them to go and grab these cargo pods? No, we didn't. How far away are we? Muffalo meat, really close. Let's get those. Apparently there's a bit of a fire going on down here as well. Next one, we do not have any way in and out of this zone because we were low on granite blocks. So, what's the doors? We probably want granite auto doors in here because these will be relatively frequently used, even though this is the outside zone. The other thing we've got is, obviously, our growing zones now need to be set up. So let's create a growing zone, create a growing zone. Did that make the one in that room? No, it didn't. Brilliant. Okay, so most of this is going to be food for us. What do we want to go with? Potatoes, nice and reliable, to be honest. And this, let's go for strawberry, but then I'm actually going to delete some of this because we need our zerigum as usual as well, and probably a bit of cotton. So zones, let's delete, say, half of this. I wonder if I click on this again and click create. No, it does just expand the existing one. That's a shame. Would have been quite an easy way of sorting this out. But, yeah, that's fine. We just need... Oh, no, that's deleted the whole thing. Damn it! You need to remember to deselect the zone if you're going to do this, and then you can delete bits of it rather than the whole thing. So this thing goes 2 blocks out like that. Let's have that as one thing, and then if we deselect it, we can put another growing zone next to it, which will be... Yeah, it's 1 down, so... This one's going to sit like that, and let's have this one be zerigum. That should be enough zerigum. And this one, in fact, let's switch this the other way around. This can be cotton, this can be zerigum. And then the thinking is we are probably going to end up having to use this zone here as more growing area, essentially. It doesn't look like we're going to get enough in there, but we'll see. It'd be quite nice to have this as a prison, but I'm not 100% certain that's going to be doable. Cool, the next thing, right, up here obviously all needs to be re-sorted out somehow. We've got the doorways in and out. This is no longer a fridge, so let's deconstruct that, and in fact, let's go and start getting rid of a lot of these walls and stuff, and we can rebuild those. That should be a decent distance, that should be okay anyway. This is our butchering table. We're not hunting at the moment, so we can take that down. furniture. So let's start rebuilding the stuff in this area as well. I'm not entirely sure. We want these to be a little bit closer to the doorways eventually. Although, of course, it'll be these doors rather than going to these big corners. So that might actually work better with these down here, perhaps. Like how quickly they get around to doing stuff in this. Very efficient. Let's get some wooden floor down in the spaces we're going to need it. And there's our granite blocks. I'm just going to go along there. Let's deconstruct the table and build a new one immediately. Where are we? Can we do a long table maybe? Could be kind of nice. We want the cooking nearest to the door, so there isn't really a spot for this yet. Let's whack it down in what will be central around there. Get them going with that. Obviously they're going to deconstruct the table they're actually sitting at, and a dining chair. Yep. These look a little bit more comfy than the other ones we were using, so we have one there, couple there, and then just down the sides. So that one's no good, that one and that one is good. Cool. Apologies if you can hear funny noises in the background on this episode, by the way. I have a poorly kitty, and that means Kitty is required to stay indoors, and that means in here. And unfortunately, I think she can tell that I'm recording or something, coming over and hassling me right now. And a bit slow as well. Let's have a quick look at our... we did remember to turn the restrictions off. Let's have a quick look and just check all of the things in here make sense. We could put DJ doing a bit of research, even though he's not very good at it. It's an option. We don't have a research project queued up at the moment. Don't think it's particularly important that we get one, because a lot of this stuff is relatively unneeded, like shipbuilding, that's miles off. Nutrient resynthesis we're not ever going to use. Carpet making, it's kind of alright, but it just makes things look cool, same as coloured lights. I mean, they get a bit happier with them, but yeah. Maybe brewing next. Oh, actually no, we need the machining, don't we? Sorry, ignore me, we need machining next, because we've got all this scrap sitting around outside the base that we need to start making use of. Also looks like we've run out of storage space for parkers. Judging by this, we need to get around to selling some of them. We do have the comms up, so now we just need a trader to come in. Did we have a trade beacon up here? Yes, but it's not built yet. Okay, there is quite a lot of building going on. And obviously they're a bit angry with me at the moment because I've removed their table to sit down at, so they're all eating up in the freezer. But that's fine, we can now start seriously deconstructing the mess we had in here and getting an idea of what this room's going to be like once it's all done. Let's get rid of all of this funky stuff and the very unusual power that's running around in here as well. So that roof collapse. Oh god, where is this? Ah, because we haven't got this wall built yet. Oh, I was a bit keen there. A bit keen. Can we get you to prioritise working on that bit of wall there so it stops collapsing? I think that should be enough. It's also saying that this is unroofed. Why should that be unroofed? Where is it? Clear no roof area. That shouldn't be unroofed. That should be absolutely fine. Look, there's no roof. Aha, combat supply. That is good. This should stop all the collapsing now. Let's get a bit more deconstructing done with this wires while I got the opportunity. They are kind of weird. And then let's find Tip, wherever Tip has gone. You asleep? Tip, going to bed just in time. Can you call the combat supplier, please? Let's grab ourselves something cool, sell some of this trash. So, great bows and pillars, definitely not needed. Clubs, go, 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 go. Plenty of cash at least from all this stuff. Look at it, look how many blooming clubs there are. Gives you an idea of how many tribesmen we've killed. Poor tribesmen. Steel spears, nope, none of that. So we've got artillery shells, we've got the nice cheap medicine, and then we've got some very expensive melee weapons. 22,000 for a golden longsword. Ooh, a good minigun. That's kind of funky. This is suggesting we have no silver at all right now, which can't be correct. It just must not be in the right place. So maybe an assault rifle. They are pretty cool. We haven't got any really long range stuff. Sorry, excuse me. Haven't got any really long range stuff. So yeah, I think maybe an assault rifle would be good for us. Can we afford it? Not really. We're not trading enough. Damn it. Yeah, if we don't... Oh, God. That's annoying. I don't know where our silver is. It must be off away from one of the trade beacons somewhere. It's up here. So I need to... We need trade beacons up in these areas as well, is the grand scheme of things. That's the problem. And of course they don't fit because of where the geothermal is. Maybe then we just need to get this, change it so that it doesn't allow silver or gold. Copy. How close is that fire? Oh, not that close. I could hear it all of a sudden. I was like, that sounds like it's in the base. Particularly keen on that. But yeah, that was just caused by the fact that all of our silver's been moved to an area away from the trade beacons. New recruit. We did get someone. Nice. So, who do we got? Who do we got? Camino the Gatherer. So, usual changing of priorities to begin with. This is someone good at growing, good at smith and tailoring. Looks alright to me. Let's have another craftsman at this point. And let's have you low priority on growing, no hunting, thank you very much. Yeah, a bit of mining works, a bit of construction and repair, low? No. Yes, but let's have growing up. Let's have this on 2. And then we can have smith and tailoring on 3 as well. So it's kind of a bit of everything for Camino there. And then, as usual, one of the very high hauler priorities for this as well, I think. And someone will rename next episode because I don't have the spreadsheet out ready. Is this now considered indoors? Hooray. Hooray. We've got plenty of granite blocks. So the only thing holding this up really is the actual building of things. Let's get rid of those. That can stay for the time being. All a little bit of rock. And now let's go and get the... So first things first is cook stoves. And they should be right up near the door. Have a couple of cook stoves. And where's the butcher's table? Couple of cook stoves and a butcher's table somewhere in here as well. I think I'll probably move the comms. And let's get some flooring down in the missing spots. Because the idea is to make this this central area here basically is going to be what it's going to be where everyone spends all their time. Is the idea. You know, this is going to be a nice friendly zone where people can just chill out and be very prepare for a while and then attack. Still not had besieged, and this is more tribesmen and they are right down below the base. So I have a feeling this is not going to be prepare for a while and attack jobby. This will be one where they actually come up straight away, and that side of the base is missing some of the turrets. They've already attacked here once. So is anyone out of the base? Let's do the quick jump around and check. Everyone's asleep by the looks of things, which is kind of fine. Yep, everyone is inside the base. We also have, where is Camino? Let's grab you. Melee and shooting is both reasonably good, so let's grab another weapon. If we've even got another weapon. There's a few bits down there it looks like we didn't manage to sell or have recently been picked up, and we have no spare guns. So I guess it's a great bow. I think that's a short bow. Yep, so that must be the great bow. Which, yeah, not ideal, but hey. So... Are they coming in straight for the attack? Yeah, this is what they seem to do whenever they're that close. Oh, maybe not. They're actually going to... They are going to chill for a bit. Interesting. Not that that makes any difference to how we handle this, because I still think what they'll do is sort of try and make their way around the outside of the base. And while they do that, we will spend our time taking pot shots at them as they go around until they run away. I think is the idea. Although we could... Where's Sean or Stubby? One of these guys. Yeah, can one of you come down over here for me? I'm going to have to sort of at least harass them a little. The only problem with that is they've actually gone up the whole way around the corner. Interesting that the AI prioritised going inside there, so through the zone they were allowed to go through. Need meal source. Yes, that is true. We do have a few more meals left. Maybe we can get Jack to prioritise the cook stove once he's done with this. Hurry up and finish that door, Jack. Come on, there's no time for hanging around. There we go. Right, so Sean's not going to get a chance to do anything to those guys. We need to get him back inside and relax at least. We will have an opportunity to pick on them, but not yet. For now, it does mean the inside of the base is getting finished off, which is always good. Right, here we go. They are beginning their assault. They're going to come up on the bottom edge of the base, which is not ideal, but that's fine. Let's get Stu and Sean, our 2 snipers, sort of ready to start taking part in the fight. In fact, it looks like, we've got that turret there, so let's get Stu and Sean over here to shoot, because they'll come around this side, I suspect, turret at a time. And then let's look at jumping out of this door behind them and giving them a bit of a surprise. So we need some quite heavy hitting weapons from that side of things. LMG, yeah, these are both good. Who else have we got? So that's charge rifle. Charge rifle is pretty good as well, actually, for this sort of heavy hitting purpose. Slate Club, PDW, yeah, so I think a charge rifle, just not DJ. Let's get Alanox, sorry. Yep, let's get Alanox down here as well. Because they're going to come up and they don't know how to go through walls, so they're going to go around the outside, I suspect. These guys don't go too far. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Yeah, this is going to sting a bit, this one, because they are really going to be able to hurt our turrets quite a bit. Let's get these 2 out, ready to join in. Camino had the great bow. You've actually got quite good range as well, so let's get you out there too. Shatters Excess, what are you running? A pump shotgun. Not quite so handy. Lots of pump shotguns kicking around. Carrion, Slate Club, no. PDW, see, these are all such short-range bits and bobs that it's not really, it's not great. I don't want to come out here. We could come out there and potentially do a bit of damage, but it's not worth losing colonists to it. So, Archangel, let's get you to come out and join these guys as well. Better now for the ambush from behind. Let's only just get them out the doorway. There we go. Okay, that turret's about to go down. We hissing yet? No, not quite. Or maybe the turret already has gone down, actually. I can't see it now. Either it's buried under a bunch of corpses or it is already dead. Let's bring you guys back inside. You 3 behind. These are short bows. No, these are great bows. So why are we not... I'm surprised those guys haven't decided to turn around and try and shoot our fellas behind. Oh, now they have. Okay. Come on. Right. They're fleeing. Brilliant. Get those out. Get those out. Cool. That's nice. We really got to get these turrets built back up again now. So one there. One there. These weren't destroyed. I mean, ironically, we actually lost fewer turrets than normal because there were fewer turrets to lose. Did take a bit of a hit on one of the colonists, which is not something we normally have to worry about, but that's fine. Colonist needs treatment, so Season and Alanox. Season, health, just a cut. Alanox, just a cut. Cool, that's not so bad. Not so bad. And anyone out here that we could potentially rescue, or did they all die? They all died, didn't they? I suppose at this point that's probably not a bad thing. So, yeah, usual clean-up duty. Looks to be about all of it. And let's get in here and get the restrictions turned back to what they should be. Cool. Loads and loads and loads and loads to get done. Let's get the meals back on the go. So, fine meal is the first one. Then, simple meal. Fine meal, do until we have 30. That's fine. And then, simple meal, do until we have 30 again. But these won't use meat. We'll save the meats for the other ones. And that should be fine for that. And then, shame you can't copy and paste across to other ones, because this is basically going to be the same thing again, isn't it? Fine meal, simple meal. Because we will eventually end up needing 2 chefs working on this. That's no, that's meat on for the fine meal and simple meal. Meat off for that one. Cool. And we're actually going to suspend the jobs in one of these 2, just to make sure they focus on the right sort of things. Two people that were injured don't seem to be worrying about that in the slightest. They've already given up and have gone elsewhere. The research is not going at all because we don't have a research bench up. That's fine. Doesn't mean I'm going to have to go and mine a bit though. So where was our... Do we have any steel left that didn't involve getting a bit close to that? And the answer is kind of no. Ooh, hang on. No, that's plasteel. Nice. I will actually take a bit of that. Let's get some... Plasteel turrets, obviously, much more durable. And then we've got a bit of... Interesting. So that's one of the few... That's another geo I'm going to end up heading towards. That one there, and probably this one here. Rather than go the whole way up top to that one. I think that's it for stuff that we can mine in the local area. That's close enough that we won't be doing something really silly. There is so much junk kicking around outside the base at the moment. It is ridiculous. Everyone's sitting and eating in there. Low food, yeah. Well, that should be getting sorted out because Season is now doing some cooking. Let's get the old stockpile zones set up for Season because these are handy. So we just need one there. Where can we put this? We can have one there and that might be enough. So let's cancel the butcher's table, in fact, and let's have another little stockpile zone there. And these basically, these are to hold some of the raw resources. So this is allowed foods, raw food. This is allowed meat and veg. This takes meals only, and so does that. And then these are set priority high, like these are the really important ones, and this basically means that. And then also in here we tell him to how do you tell them to I know you can tell them to drop it on the ground. Oh, here we go. Drop on floor, because if we do this, it basically means that they won't bother taking it all the way back to the stockpile, so our cooks will be very efficient. They won't go anywhere, they'll just go backwards and forwards from these tiny little piles. At that point, let's have a look. What's the priority in here? Priority important. So they're the same. I don't know which way around to do the priorities, to be honest. I think these ones this needs to be higher. So let's have that as critical. And maybe let's copy the settings. Let's delete it because I actually want this to be two different stockpiles. We want one, deselect it, and then two. The idea being, if we paste the settings in both of these, one of these will actually have the veg, and the other one will have the meat. Thinking being that someone's going to go and populate those with bits. There you go. So Season now, in theory, doesn't have to go back and forwards to get the bits. Yeah, like this. He's just going to be going ding ding, round in this circle. Super fast meal production is the thinking. Can't remember who suggested that to me, but that's not my own idea. I'll give it that. Indoors, I thought I had unroof come up there because I was over the top of that. That's kind of okay. Sean's on the researching. That's cool. Should Sean be on the researching, or should we get DJ to do it? Sean could be constructing, repairing, otherwise. Not a big deal, is it really? It looks like the construction's going okay. Our growing's going vaguely all right. It's growing season in here. These are sort of... Oh, we don't have the heater. It's cold. Someone else mentioned that as well. We also to do with setting up the vents to join all these zones together, because you notice that these are much colder than these areas. So let's get the vents like they should be. Where can we put these in a way that makes sense? The other thing I will do is create some little blast doors so that we can chop off areas of this just in case something goes badly wrong and we need to seal bits up. But they will be sort of bulkheads that are open the whole time. You only close them when you need to. So let's... Oh, no. That's outside. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Because I might end up wanting to put some doors here and here, so I'm sort of just being careful where I end up putting the vents in. But that should be okay. And then down here, I mean, that might be enough, but I think in here it's not a bad idea to have some heaters anyway, because we don't have any heaters in the base at the moment. So we're in September, it's heading towards winter. Yeah, let's get the heaters set up like we had before. And worst case scenario, we're going to have all four in here, but they're going to heat the whole base anyway. So, and yes, as suggested, low food, yep, we're sorting that, don't worry. As suggested, let's get some of these granite also doors. And we're just going to have sort of little crossing off. Can I put doors, 2 doors next to each other? I never know whether or not this works, 2 doors next to each other. Because that's the ideal places to do it, is at the end of these corridors and like the end of these 4 corridors. So one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then doubles at the end of all these corridors. And these doors are all held open. But the idea is any time we get a breach in the outer wall, we can shut these doors up really easily and mean that we don't have any issues with temperature inside the base later down the line. Okay, so that's also looking pretty dark in here. What can we do? Where should we put the lights? Somehow I feel they should be in the middle of the room. That's pretty much central, isn't it? Yeah, close enough. So one there, and... Oh, actually, that's rubbish. Getting far too worried about where I'm putting my lamps now. You have one on that corner there. Yeah. But yeah, this is nice. This is nice, efficient procedure. That's a gathering spot. Ah, they're feeding the prisoners, I see. I was wondering what was going on there. Ah, nice. Turret's getting built. Stop saying low food. I only have 45 bars. That's tons. What are you talking about? Fine. None of the mining's getting done, really. That's okay. We do have stuff at the moment to not have to worry about that. We did not, thinking about it, set Camino's restrictions. So, anything... work. Ooh, this is the first one that's going to have the shifted work schedule. How many hours of work is that? That is 5. We've got 1 too many there. And then finally, let's line the joy up there. Nice, nice. And outfits, work up. Sweet. So, yes, heating, ventilation, kind of the primary goal. Inside of this is nicely sorted out. I'm going to start thinking about our barbicans on the outside here. Maybe we can start planning one of those out, because the idea is to make use of the same trick we did in the last series, where you build a room, but then you delete some of the walls. So, imagine that with a doorway in it, but like there's gaps in the walls. So, if we remove those, that would give you an idea. These are actually the only bits of walls that exist. It's still roofed over. So, and then there's sandbags in there. It's still roofed over. So technically it's still undercover, so they get the benefit of as being in darkness, which makes them harder to hit. But at the same time, it gives us sort of a bit of protection outside. So what I'm going to do with this is we're going to build these walls out of wood, because we're going to deconstruct them, and we're going to build, oops, not doors, oops, give me the right things. I'm going to build these out of granite, so that we can later, down the line, remove those blocks. And we're going to build these little things one at a time. I want to test one first before I worry too much else, and we might as well also get rid of these plans. There's no need to have those kicking around. Only have 48 bars worth of food. Us talking about this, I suppose, because our stuff isn't fully grown, because in here stuff is not growing particularly efficiently, but that's fine. We've got an exotic goods trader. Tip, where are you hiding? Tip's having breakfast. Or dinner. What is it? Breakfast. Call that exotic goods trader. Well, we got television to put back down again. We got... Ah, nice. Now, it's time to start selling off. I mean, especially stuff that's low quality, like all this stuff, but also I think some of the stuff that we've made that's not been made particularly well. Cool, so much stuff to sell. It's not worth very much, but look at this stuff. That stuff's worth a bit. Having said it's not worth very much, we then suddenly get a load of stuff that is worth something. Loads and loads and loads of Parkers. What on earth? Definitely don't want tribal wear. Never, ever been used. Why would you use... I suppose if it's really hot, maybe tribal wear works. I don't know. I've never looked at the stats for the clothing for that. Holy moly, there are so many of these things. It's going to clear up the base a nice amount at least. Keep going. Almost there. Ooh, bionics. How much are we actually trading? So we got the potential here to buy some bionics for ourselves, which is quite cool. I don't know what's worse than awful or shoddy. I don't know which one's the worst. Beaver skin pants, let's sell those as well, because we can remake all of this stuff quite easily. Yeah, let's keep those. It's not taking up too much space. So, now the question is, do we want an arm or an eye? I can't remember what existing injuries we have. I swear we needed an eye for something. I'm not even sure if we can afford the eye. Or we can, but only just. I want to go for... because there's just a valuable investment. Let's pick up an arm. Oh, we had someone with a power claw, so the arm might actually be... we're definitely going to make use of an arm at some point. So let's grab one of the arms. Going to probably trade all of our silver for that, but at the same time, it does mean that... why are these... is this not set to allow silver? I'm sure it is. No, it's not. That's why we're not doing anything with those. We need silver and gold to go somewhere. So down there would be good, thanks. Cool. So these doors are the ones that we're going to, when done, these ones will be hold open. So they don't slow people down, but eventually they'll give us sort of this air seal effect that we've been looking for. Down here we've got some... is that wood harvestable? It is. What about this one? Yep, all harvestable. Cool. Drop that stuff down, in the way, don't need it. Up here we could go and find that television and get that installed again. TV, and because you just kind of have to... what can we make this out of? All sorts of options. What's this one? Muffalo leather. Let's make our armchairs out of muffalo leather. We got enough leather for that. 100 muffalo. That's a pretty serious chair. Well, if someone wants to go and watch the TV, they are sorted. We can only afford one, but then we won really, really nice one. We should also, let's bring the chess table inside. These two can stay outside for the time being, but chess table can come indoors. Cool, one of these heaters is done, so temperature in here is going up. Target temperature at the moment is 21. We never need it to be that high, so let's have this one on 16 and we'll do that ramping thing we were doing before again. Hold open. You just couldn't quite be bothered to finish that one, could you? Exotic, and exotic was from before. Bulk is the new one, and that's also something we could do with. Getting so many colonists, it's actually hard to find them when you need them. Call Styrus Interplanetary. Hang on, that's the exotic. Let's call the bulk, because the bulk might actually be more helpful at this point, so we can ditch some of the huge amount of resources we've built up. Unfortunately, most of it is out of range of the trade beacons, by the looks of things. Oh well, we've got lots of cloth. Not really worth very much, so not sure if it's worth selling that. And there's nothing in here we want to sell, is there? Because everything is out range of the trade beacons. Okay. And I think this is the same exotic goods, but let's just check. Yeah, it is definitely the same exotic goods, because it's selling all the rubbish I sold to it back to me again. Oh, another exotic goods trader. Again, not that we can do a huge amount with it, but at least our silver's now in the right place, so that if we wanted to, we could talk to them and actually buy something. Next level. Ooh, and this is pretty much done. I need them to finish that corner off. Also means that we should start up here thinking about other elements of our production. So, like an electric smelter. And I'm wondering how to lay this out. Like, I like the idea of having these things sort of back to back like this, but it gets in the way of the chairs and that table. I've not necessarily thought that through particularly well. Cool, we do need an electric smelter, because that'll start sorting out some of our problems with just getting enough metal for things. We don't have a sculptor's table. It might be a nice idea to get a sculptor's table as well. I tell you what, let's start doing these back to back down here so people can chat at the same time as they're doing stuff. We don't have a smithing bench. Do we want a smithing bench? We got rid of our tailor's bench as well, so let's put a tailor's bench down too. We got the stonecutters tables there. They're fine there for the time being. So it is just a question of whether or not we want a smithing bench. For the sake of completeness, we'll probably get one in the end, but for now, that looks fine. Slowly build ourselves up a nice little communal room, and then the idea will be make this room really nice, fill it with plants, sculptures, all that cool stuff, and then it'll be a really nice area for them to hang out in, and when they're around in here, they'll be generally pleased. Let's have a look. Needs ugly environment. You see the spacious interior, good. Extremely comfortable, good. Ugly environment, bad. It means we need to sort out this area. I mean, one problem with putting all the production stuff, these things are ugly. If we go down to the beauty view, you can see these things do have a negative effect. Minus 29 for the meat on the side. Actually, the thing itself doesn't seem to have a negative effect. It's the spaces next to them. That's really odd. Anyway, that'll get slowly sorted out. We might want to put someone on a slightly higher priority for cleaning now. We've got DJs. Let's bring DJ up as #1 cleaner. Our hauling's getting done really nicely, so yeah, #1 cleaning for DJ. Although saying that, Shattered XS is actually now doing some cleaning. Brilliant. Yes, we've got some of these that need holding open still. Our first attempt at the Barbican up here is done. So this is roofed, and the idea is if you now deconstruct these, the roof won't fall down. The other thing we could do, I suppose, if that was a door, it might make sense. Just on the basis that for our colonists, we don't want them having to walk over the sandbags constantly. You see, I've deleted too much, unfortunately. This has not worked as expected, so that's going to need to be granite, that's going to need to be granite, that's going to need to be granite and granite. I think I have hole there, hole there, hole there, hole there, and 2 forwards. I think that makes some sense. Excuse me. So yeah, but it also means we're going to need to rebuild the wood in these gaps so that I can do it a bit better. Not done this correct. Or it might be that they've fixed it and you can no longer do this. But I'm going to give it a try anyway. Yeah, we are really low on food and other issues. At least in here it looks like growth rate's 100%, so things are growing very nicely. We should have a bit of a search around to see whether or not there's any A, hunting that we can do, and B, food just kicking around that we can just grab. So, hunting-wise, no noticeable wildlife nearby. There's a packaged survival meal times 2 there. That'll do a little bit of help. But where are the animals to kill? Not much hunting available here. Oh, they're finally getting the mining done. So it looks like we might have to, like, toggle some of these guys down here for hunting. And check who it is that we've got doing the hunting at the moment. This, cool, that should be a decent amount. What on earth is that? Oh, it's a dead buffalo skeleton. Roger. That should be okay. Hunting at the moment is Jack with his PDW. That's fine. We do need to get that going because we are almost out of our food stocks that we started with, so it is going to start giving us issues soon. I should probably have suspended the fine meals for a bit. Squirrel revenge. What? Jack. Yeah. This is not gone how it should have done. Jack getting beaten up by a squirrel. Right big toe destroyed. The squirrel just bit off his toe. What? There we go. Well done, Jack. Now go get yourself sorted. Well, you brought some meat back to the base. That's a start. There's a few squirrels around here that we might as well be hunting just for the sake of things. Locality and so on. How's the turret rebuilding process going? Not great. That's sort of the biggest concern. If we get re-attacked, there are a few actually, I lie. A few of them have been rebuilt. That means not the one on that corner. Yeah, not great. And it's lack of metal. So in fact, while these plasteel is great, let's cancel that and make sure that the mining they're doing is on over there. Oh, Camino, are you watching television? You are watching television. Good man. Good man. Got our bionic arm in there, just in case we want to sort somebody out. Aren't we missing some other joy options? A steel billiards table. Nice. This is obviously what they need in this zone, so imagine there's going to be people the other side of there. Where should we put the billiards table, guys? It's almost like my cool joy room isn't quite big enough for what I want to put in it. I think there makes a nice amount of sense. Can I have? Oh no, it can be wood, so it doesn't have. Let's cancel that. Let's make a wooden billiards table instead. They might actually finish it then. Wooden billiards table and a wooden chess table somewhere, maybe. Is there perhaps with a couple of little. Nice. Food's still going to be a problem, of course, but at least we got a few meals to tide us over this stuff. How's the growing? 32%. Yeah. Slow, in other words. Sorghum and cotton is okay. Yes, the steel that's really holding us back. Although they have almost finished this funny outside thing I was doing. Slightly concerned, I was getting a little bit jerking now. Actually enough going on in this colony that Rimworld's running not well. How have I managed that? Impressive, to say the least. Cool. And like building out a wood's cool because we just got so much of the trash lying around. Nice bit of hunting going on. Season is cleaning up outside. Okay. I guess there's nothing to cook with at the moment. We've got 194 meat, but because we've disallowed simple meals from using meat, let's do this one. Let's unsuspend it, and this one will allow meat just for the time being, so we've got control over it. Season should immediately come in and start cooking on that using the meat. But, yeah, he's going to do simple meals, which is fine. We kind of need them. We have got a big backlog of meat going on as well. Where's our butcher's table? We got rid of it and didn't rebuild it. A floor, production, wooden butcher's table. That's fine. Was there something going there? We had a plan for something there, didn't we? Like a smithing bench or something. So let's do a butcher's table like that as well. Solve the food problem for the time being. We've got this big area here that's not in use, but that's fine. That's going to probably end up being another growing zone. Very cold in here. Yes. Getting chilly. This room's kind of okay because the vent isn't built yet. It's going to need those more heaters, which means we need more metal. Which they are now doing. Good. Well, these guys have got food. You want to give? Cool. Now, let's see if this works. This is indoors. The idea is it should make this a roofed area, but allow us to shoot out, is the idea. It says it's outdoors, but I think it is still roofed. Yeah, it's constructed roof. It is still roofed. I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm looking over here, whereas down here is actually the information I'm sort of after. So then the idea is we put sandbags in the gaps that we're opening out here to give them a bit of extra cover as well. And these operate as, yeah, the little barbican things I was talking about. A bit like a gatehouse on a castle. And we could probably do these two now as well, because this is all still roofed. Cool. Yeah, and that's the sort of idea, and then our guys can sort of relatively safely come out into these little barbicans. It might interfere with our turrets. I'm going to leave one there and trial it rather than anything else, rather than charge ahead. Wow, billiards. Awesome. So this is probably not a particularly pretty room. Oh, I don't know. I take it back. They've cleaned it up, and now it's quite nice. The worst part about it is the fact that we've got some meat sitting around. But they like having some of this stuff around. Look, 16, yeah. They are happy. What's that one? I can't remember. Categorize mode on the resource reader. Okay, fair enough. I know there's one down here that you can do some funky things with. Well, there used to be. Don't know what they've done with it. Someone actually playing billiards, although admittedly on their own. Nice. So this stuff's going okay. Combat supplier. Combat supplier is always welcome. Tip. Partly because we can sell rubbish that we can't use ourselves, like all this stuff. Where do we get that stuff from? Or is this result of us building a new trade beacon rather than us recently getting the equipment? So yeah, loads of clubs, not necessary. Loads of clubs. It's all good, it's monies, but let's get rid of this junk. Spears, no. Right, what have you got for us? Survival rifle, no. Pistol, no. Heavy SMG, poor. No, you haven't really got anything for us, have you? Damn it. Survival rifles are alright, but we've already got 2. That's kind of enough. I want a sniper rifle. So that's fine. Give us a ton more money. I like the fact that it lands inside the base in the one open area we've got. What was... Something appeared for a second there and then disappeared. I think it said elk revenge and then disappeared again. I can only assume because we killed whatever the problem was. Okay, so they don't actually have anything to do all of a sudden. That's cool. Let's get some more mining orders done. Hopefully that goes a bit deeper in there than it appears. Could do with a bit more steel. And of course, very soon we'll have our smelter up and running, which will help. Looks like there's a whole bunch of graves down here that can now be deconstructed. Let's do it with this tool. So these can all be got rid of. That's be very nice. Our stockpile out there is fine. Everything's slowed down. It must have been an elk revenge, and yeah, everything's now slowed down because there was a fight going on somewhere, but we killed the elk almost immediately, I suspect. Nice, machining is done, so we have ability to put in our machining table. However, smelt metal from slag do forever. Ingredient radius, let's bring that down to something more sensible. I wish I could see. No, bugger it. For now, let's leave it like it is. We've got so much slag nearby, that shouldn't be a problem. That is going to start taxing our power a little bit more heavily, but they seem to be. Colonist needs treatment. Jack, who are you fighting, bro? He's having trouble with the elks. Are these elks? They are elks. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Sweet. Base looking alright. Some progress has been made, and I suspect this is going to be a pretty good place to call an end to the episode, because that sort of time has come round, and things are actually looking pretty efficient. Got the food up and going like we wanted. Everything's 100% growth rate. Can't quite grow as much as we used to be able to in here. We're missing this corner, but it's not bad. It'll do, and there is always a potential of just filling in. We could, without too much difficulty, where's the zones? Put in zones in here. They won't grow as quickly, but they'll still grow. So maybe we could use these as like strawberry plants or something a bit different, you know. See how well they grow like they are. Jack doing the hunting as usual. So yeah, progress today has been pretty damn good. Oh, we've even got a few rooms up here that I completely forgot about. So let's just whack down the bits we need here. How was our... They were all on one side. They kind of have to be. Get those down like that. This is probably going to be another prisoner's quarters, I would imagine, given that that seems to be something we are kind of lacking at the moment. So I imagine second prisoner quarters up there to sort of bulk out the one we have down here, or even more medical potential, but we'll save that for next episode. So we got plenty done, kind of sorted out the interior area. I do still need to add these bulkheads in that I talked about, but we've got the main sort of central corridor bulkheaded up now, sorted out our stockpiles, vented everything up, so The base is all nice, uniform temperature. Does need more heaters, but we're getting there. You can see power is going to start becoming an extra concern soon again as well, so that's something for next episode too. But yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It does really help me in the channel. And if you didn't, let me know down in the comments what I can do to improve. So thanks a lot, guys. I will catch you next time.